I wasn't here that long. This was not something you want to tackle. But Jessica Bacher of the newly forming Newburgh Community Land Bank had another idea. So she went on our tour, she saw what we did in 2008 with, again, the help of the Builders Association of the Hudson Valley. And she said, well, we've got these two properties over here on Chambers Street that the city's going to knock down. I think we ought to do this. This would be a good way to kick off the Newburgh Community Land Bank. Well, I've been here long enough to know that hearing the word, the city is going to demo that I just had dropped the cost of my house about a third. So I was piqued my interest. We went back to respective staff and boards, and my staff, construction team, Kent Cruz and Brady Quinn, said yes. Said, okay, Kathy, we'll do this. And I said about 3 times, you're sure? Because we're going to start down this path and we can't come back. They may have regretted that decision this morning when they still arrived here at 6 a.m. trying to finish some of the stuff on the back stairs going down. Then Scott Wool, where are you? Over here. Took on the executive director leadership at the Builders Association of the Hudson Valley and had a conversation with myself and Dan Clarino. And he said, yeah, I think that this might be a good thing to do. So you see, when you're new, you can be somewhat naive and not really realize what you're getting into. So all 3 of the boards of these 3 partner groups said yes to this. And I think today that all of those members should be very proud that they said yes to this project. The people that made this happen, though, are the leadership team. And I had the distinct pleasure and joy of working with them almost every day every week since February, that we would meet on a Friday. Angelo Ferrante, who you're going to get to meet all of them a little later, of Hudson Valley Contracting Group, was the volunteer project manager. I didn't have in his schedule to do this for a 3rd time, and Angelo just volunteered. And I hope he's still happy that he volunteered on this day. Ian agreed to work on the pre-build process, Ian Rieger of Rieger Homes. Andy Stahl had called our office and said, it actually was his wife, and said, I'm interested in getting involved in Habitat. So we had a meeting and we said, this would probably be a good thing, especially since he oversaw the Orange County extreme makeover. So we had a little understanding of what this meant to do this in such a compressed time. And then Bob Colucci had decided that it was time to get involved and give back. And so he wanted to do it in a really big way. So these 4 people, it's not just that they oversaw the process, it's that they went out and they networked, they asked for favors, they did everything in their power to get people here to donate their labor, to get materials here, or at least in as cost-effective a way as possible. And without those 4 people and the work of the Builders Association, I can tell you this house, these 2 houses would not be standing here, and they deserve a big round of applause for their efforts. I have to thank the City of Newburgh for managing to get this property demoed in time and finally to us at a time that we could realistically manage to make the pre-build process happen. All of the people in the code compliance that actually came out and did the inspections in a way that normally doesn't happen, one on top of each other. To Mike Batter for all that he did to make sure that the process ran smoothly. Michelle Pelson for ensuring that we got the actual process of owning these homes in time to make this process possible. And the mayor, who always was very, very supportive of this process. We then have to, and I'm sorry it's raining, I can't believe this, but I'd rather have it now than on the whole week. I'm okay. Sure? Yeah. I looked bad all week with a hard hat, so what's today? Then we got the blessing of NCCC, our AmeriCorps team that comes in for 2 months. And I'm telling you these 9 now, because one had to go do something else, we could not have done it without them. They were here during the entire pre-build process. I think they know every piece of this house intimately. They did whatever was asked. And if they can just raise their hand so that we can thank them. We also had great neighbors this week. David Miller, the property behind us we had access to, and he granted us access to his garage here for the entire month of the pre-build in the week. That was a tremendous gift to us to be able to have that kind of staging area. The Holy Deliverance Apostolic Temple next door let us use all of their property, which allowed us to take care of all of our workers and our volunteers and made easy access for everyone coming in and moving big equipment and everything else. Jose, got some great new neighbors, but Jose is a great neighbor. He stepped in, took care of things, helped on the whole process, cleaned up his own backyard because he's got new wonderful neighbors going in. Lastly, many, many volunteers supported this process in ways that wasn't necessarily on the skilled side, but ensured that the house kept clean. You cannot imagine. I thought they were crazy when they said we need to clean the dumpster every day. Every day we had people in there trying to compact it down enough so that the foot needed to go in there. So they helped keep it clean, and they also fed and kept everyone happy. So thank you. I know this seems like a lot. If you look at your booklet, you can see how many different people that this took. Helen Keller says that when we do the best we can, we never know what miracle is wrought in our life or in the life of another. There were a lot of miracle workers here this week. And the family that's moving in here, the two families that are moving in here, are going to be the recipients of that miracle. Somebody asked me a couple of weeks ago, why do we do this? Well, it's a great accomplishment to do and build a house, 2 houses in 5 days. But it also is one of those things that allows us to highlight the need for affordable housing in our community. It allows us to get our families into these homes faster. And it also creates a sense of community that isn't often found in our everyday world that we go about. Everyone that we interviewed for our video, that was what they talked about, was the community that was created here. I hope that we will take this with us in our hearts, with wherever we go, whatever we do. I hope you will come back to Habitat and continue to support our work. But I want you to take the spirit of partnership and collaboration that was created here. And please understand that if we did this, we built 2 houses every week, that it would take 17 years for us to meet the need in this community. So it's imperative that we continue to work together to make a change in the lives of families, in neighborhoods, and in this community. And I can tell you there's not 1 ounce of my being that is not filled with gratitude in this moment for everything that you all have done to make this possible. And it's been one of my greatest joys to share this with you. Thank you. I now invite Scott Wool up, and you can use an umbrella. I just didn't start with one.